Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Today, I am Mike. I'm always Mike Molesky. I'm always Mike Molesky. I am your broadcaster today of the eSeniors GT3 World Championships Clubs race, GT2 sprint race at KYALAMI today. Before I get started, remember, sim racing is a sport, so that makes us athletes. And we are a group of over 50-year-old sim racers in eSeniors GT3 World Championships. So welcome today to the stream. We've already got a couple watching on the stream. Sorry, I don't think we have Twitch working today. So if you're gonna switch over to that, it's not working today for some reason. But anyway, let's get started. Yes, KYALAMI in South Africa. GT2 sprint race, 30 minutes, no pit stops. Let's get right to how about we get right to the standings today? Let's go on to that. First things first. So the standings after 3 races. We only have 3 races going today because we dropped one off the season. In first place, because he has been in first place for every race, is Mr. Brian Murray from Great Britain. 98 points, a substantial lead over Mr. Derek Bird, also from Great Britain. I believe Brian is from Northern Ireland. So Derek Bird's been in second place for 2 of the races. That's why he's got his points. So as you see on the screen, we knock out 1 race. Speaking of the stream, tell me if the voice video or the voice levels are good. Third, Mr. Steve Young. And is Steve racing today? Just gonna take a quick peek. Yes, he is. He has 79 points, so that's certainly within striking distance because he's got a second and a third place for his scoring. In fourth, Mr. Mircea Paunoff, and he is got 70 points. And he is tied with Mr. Jonathan Wood, 3rd and 4th place standing points for those 2 guys. So that's interesting for 4th and 5th place. A little bit further behind is Dimitri Stathis. I don't think he is racing today. No, he's not. So he is in 6th, followed by Thomas Rainier. Let me take a quick peek, see if Thomas is here today. He is not here today, so those standings will remain pretty much the same. We got 10 racers today, so no problem there. Thomas Rainier is in 7th. Terry Throwbridge, I know he's racing today. He's in 45, so he could jump up. In 9th is Nick Newcomb with 42. That's pretty close. Is Nick racing today? No, he's not. And in 10th, Kevin Torrance. I know he's racing today. His KTM car. He is in 10th place, so he's going to move up in the standings. So there's our standings today. Get rid of that for now. Hang on. That is our standings. I will get a track walk going. We got 5 minutes before the start of qualification, so we can do that. Let's get the track walk going. And there we are. Overhead view of KYALAMI in South Africa. There's the start-finish line. This is a counter-clockwise race. So here's start-finish. Through the first corner is Crawthorne. Next is Barbecue. And the long sweeping right-handers, Sunset, Clubhouse, the Fast S's, and my least favorite corner, Lukop. I don't know how to pronounce it either. And Mine Shaft. That little hairpin's not named. Cheetah and Ingve before the last corner. So let's get rid of that, guys. Come on back to me in my beautiful face. How's the voice? There's only a couple of people. I think if there's anybody watching, tell me how my voice levels are. Should be good. I can see. Oh, I got the music on in the background. I take that off, and maybe I'll put some racing sounds in the background for you guys. We won't go over to there yet. We'll just keep talking a little bit. South Africa, yes. KYALAMI is in just north of Johannesburg, apparently. And the city of Johannesburg has kind of grown into the outside area. Maybe what I'll do I dare try something interesting here? Hang on. Yes, I am going to try that. All right, I'm going to switch over to the stream of the game. There we are. So that is here was a view of the surroundings of this track. I've got somebody on pit lane there. There we are. All the way around towards the outer loop there. So a very short track. I'd take a look here. I'll take a look to see where that is in terms of distances. We've got only a couple of minutes left before it's time to get going here. So let me find somebody on track. There we go. Get out of that view. And at probably in 3 minutes. This is not official quali just yet. Maybe I'll get rid of that screen for you guys then. Get back onto me. And we'll talk a little bit about
half a second.
A little bit about the track.
Oh. Yes, about your
Green light, go, go, go.
Get rid of, just hang on for a second, guys. I'm going to get out of the stream. I'm listening to the guys on the... listening to guys on Discord there. It's distracting me a little bit. So, yeah, the history of this place. 21 Grand Prix for this track from 67 to 93. Yeah, just north of Johannesburg. Let me see if I can find the track records. The most successful F1 racer was Niki Lauda, won it 3 times, and 2-time winners are Prost, Mansell, and Jackie Stewart. There's a great number of, there's a great bunch of names for F1 racers. And the GT3 track record is a minute 42 seconds flat, and it was done in the 2020 KYALAMI race 9 hours endurance race. So there's something to strive for. Not sure what these guys are getting for lap times. We in pretty close, and we might be actually in quali here. So let me go over to that. Hello. Hi, Terry Throwbridge. I take it. And who else is that? CBO. Chris Bourne is on also. I take it the volumes are good. So let's just jump over onto the track here. There we go. I believe we are in quali. What time is it there? Yes, we are in. So this is 701. Let me get who 701 is, because he is the first one. Derek Bird is out as usual in the. I'll go to Helicam here. Find it. This is going to be his out lap. Oh, he's already got a lap in. 148. So we missed the first lap. There he is. So GT2 cars. I was talking with Mr. Brian Murray earlier, and I was asking his opinion on why it seems on GT3. I don't think people have got their first good laps in there. There we go. Maybe it's because I've got weird times here. Let's go. Quali best. There we go. Nope, not quali best Delta. We'll put that as session best. Hang on for 1 second. That's not right either. Now let's remember that I believe Steve is in a Maserati, is he not? And he is not going to show properly in GT2. Lamborghini, sorry. He won't show properly in the quali times. So, not sure why it's not showing the right times up there. Quali wise, let's make sure I am doing this correctly. Just bear with me for 1 second. I was pretty sure this was not a and it should be, we're over past midnight, 12 o'clock, so that should be shows Derek Bird. There, I think that sounds low. That looks right. That looks right. 142.7. So that was Derek's first best lap. That's why it was a little mixed up there. So there we go. Quali, he set the pole position at 142.7. That's close to the track record for GT2, isn't it? So that's Derek. And okay, now we got everything going. Right? There's There's a session best. I was chatting with Mr. Murray, wondering why it seems like people get their best laps in these GT2 cars in the first or second lap, and he's thinking it's because the tires degrade. But I can't believe that it couldn't be 3 laps. But it just seems like everybody posts their best times for quali in the first or second lap. So let's see if that's the case again today. So of course, Mr. Murray has the best time there. There he goes, 142 flat. That is a GT3 track record right there. He's in the GT2 car. Let me put the manufacturers up for a second. And I'll put that in the race caps. Make sure you see who's got what. So we have the usual Maseratis, an Audi with Derek Bird in the Audi. Thank you so much for having a different car there and being in good stead. And Steve Young's in the Lamborghini. And our 2 favorite drivers, Jeremy Arobas and Kevin Torrance, are in the KTM. So we got 10 guys again today. We can never seem to get over more than 10, 12. I think we might have had as many as 15 at one point. Yeah, I know, Chris, everybody, there's a few guys who want to do GT4s, but never seem to get any traction there. Maybe we should do maybe a GT4, GT2 multi-class race. That would be fun, seeing those guys pass each other. We got to get something going for this Friday race because we can never seem to get more than 10 guys up there. All right, let me go back to rate session best deltas here. There we go. So Murray's improving a little bit. Jonathan Wood is in second place now. Holy smokes. He was mentioning he had a race last night. I don't know that he got a great setup for it, and he won the race now. I'm not sure that was a GT2 race. Now, he's setting a great time. Let's go to Jonathan right now. Where is he in his lap? He's almost halfway. Let's get on the TV side here. He is improving. He was improving. Oh, he lost a little bit. Now he's got it back again. That'll firm him up in second place on the podium. There's Steve, just jumped into third place. Derek needs to catch up here. Derek needs to maintain his second place status. We'll just stay on with Jonathan here to see if he can make some headway. But even Brian is improving on his time. This is about the second or third lap. Yeah, Chris, maybe I'll suggest that either for next season or we just got to get guys to commit to other types of cars. It seems like nobody wants to commit to a Friday race, There's Murray. He put in another time. I don't know if he improved at all. Jonathan is just finishing that lap. He jumped up a little bit. Let's see here. Murchie has got a good time going. Let's jump on with Murchie, see if he can maintain it. Where is he in his lap? He just finished his lap, jumped into third place. He has a new livery that he couldn't load. We were talking about that a little bit. He's got a new livery. He's not in his usual red. He's in white today. And I think Steve is smart. I was talking with Murray whether it would be a good strategy to jump into the pit halfway through, since it seems like everybody gets tire wear, or just put in good times, just put halfway through your qualifying period, just jump in the pits, try to start again. So it looks like maybe Steve's going to try that. Murchie is another 2 seconds on his time. He is almost a third of the way in here. If he does maintain that improvement, he will jump into second place. So this KYALAMI is an interesting track. Not my favorite. A couple of the corners just drive me crazy. That corner that I can't pronounce coming up here after the S's is the one that I just can't get. Lukop, that's what it is. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Just that one is just, I have a hard time with that corner. See, Murchie lost his time there also. He had a good time going, but just lost it. All right, who have we got going here? On our KTM boys, Torrance. I'm going to make sure I get the guys in KTM's right. back to the manufacturers for 1 second. Yeah, it's Torrance and Aerobus. So Jeremy's got the upper hand there. All right, Chris, I will bring that to the board. Let's try a multi-race next year. Multi-class race on Fridays. I believe we can do at least 2 multi-classes for sure, because you see, that's why Steve has a little bit of a different symbol on his, next to his position there. There's a little orange triangle. That means he's in a different class. I wonder if we could do 3 classes. We could do GT3, we could do GT2, and we could do GT4. Wouldn't that be interesting? So Yolt is in 7th place. Woo, he's showing a 32-second improvement, but I don't think that's the right number. I think he must have teleported into the pits, and the system got a little mixed up. 4 minutes left in our qualification. I noticed Steve Young, Brian Murray improved his time again. Oh, Murchay's off. I'll go to Derek Bird, who's got a better time going here. He just posted that time, and he's in 2nd place. I knew you could do it, Derek. I knew you could do it. So Jonathan maintains his 3rd place. Looks like our deltas are, all the deltas are still good. Murchay's in the pits. Brian's in the pits. So I don't know if Murchay was is going to try and improve on his time or not. So there's our starting grid there. Looks like it might be Brian Murray, Derek Bird, and Jonathan Wood. That's a little bit different. Oh, we got sixth out there. Who's still driving? Jonathan's still driving. Let's find him. There he is. Come on, system. There we go. So, yeah, not everybody's out there. Oh, Murchay's got himself out there again. Let's just see if Murchay, he's in his out lap, I think. Let's see. Oh, Murchay's off again. Where are you, Murchay? There you go. So he's going to put it, he's taking my advice, I think, in doing that pit stop and getting out with fresh tires. It's almost like F1 here. Let's just hang in here with Murchay because he's in an out lap. He's got a long way to go yet. Let's just jump back on with Jonathan. He's got a valid lap going. And he is just starting his lap. Got 4 people watching now. Let's hope we have a good race today. Sometimes these races, oh, Jonathan's given up. Ooh, we got Murchay is, I think, trying to set a lap here. He is halfway through. He's got 2 minutes left. He might get a couple of laps in on those fresh tires. Everybody else, Kevin is still out there trying to get up there into a better position to get up there with the Jeremy. Jeremy's in 6th place with that KTM. Torrance is out there. He's out there and doesn't have a good lap going. But I think he wants to improve, I'm sure. Yolt Kiss, he will try. Is he going to get ahead of Jeremy? No, not quite. He needs, well, maybe he will. Where is Zolt? In terms of his lap, he's halfway through. There is Zolt. He's got a different livery than I remember last week. And Zolt is Hungarian from Hungary, obviously. And he just lost his little bit of time. Let's go back onto Murchay. This should be Murchay's. This is his first lap here. So if he's going to improve on those fresh tires, it's going to be now. He needs not very much. So a couple of tenths of a second will get him into the podium. He's still in the 2nd row. So he's not improving. Steve Young, he's out there on a hot lap. Hey, John Saunders. Steve's the only one kind of got a good lap going. What does he need? He needs only a couple of tenths himself to get into 4th place, as Murchay is not improving on his time to get up there on 3rd place. Steve's improving a little bit. He's on fairly fresh tires. I saw him in the pits a minute ago. Looks like Zolt might jump ahead of Jeremy. Where is he in his lap? Well, he's just starting. Let's get back on with Steve here. Steve's got a 10th. That won't get him. He's got to get better. 2/10 will be close. He is halfway through his lap, going through the S's now. This is the corner that you got to get a good exit on. And he lost his advantage. Oh, he got it back, some of it again. Again, I hate that corner. Hate that corner. It's a compound corner. Wish somebody could teach me. And you're coming up over the hill and you got to hit that braking point. Not a lot of braking point spots or indicators that you can grab there. Steve's got a 10th. He can get the good exit here. And a good last corner. He just might jump into 4th place. He's got something going there. Yeah, he's going to make it, I think. Oh, great final corner. Look at that. He might jump into 3rd. Didn't do my math correctly. He is in 3rd place. Great job there. Glad we caught that. And he is in the pits. So there you go, guys. That is a little bit of a hint, I think. Here's Merche. Is go get some fresh tires halfway through your qualification when you're in a GT2 car. 30-minute sprint race, no pit stop, so tires are definitely an issue. Definitely an issue. So tire degradation. Let me take a few seconds here to give a shout out to our sponsors, Sim3D, makers of fine sim racing accessories. Syndeo, telecommunication experts. If you're a business in the Montreal area, definitely call them for a consultation on how to improve your communication costs and technology. Merche's got a 10th there. That might get him a 4th back. Yes, it does. 3rd. Ooh, these are really close times. Way to go, Merche. Jumped 2 spots there in the last lap. That is it for qualification. I am not sure that is it for quali, so I'm going to get off this screen, get back onto my lovely face for now, and I will turn off the distracting background for you guys. So yes, let's just make sure I get something going there. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Yeah, so that's a definite strategy there for tires. I think a couple of guys improved their times big time in there that. So our starting grid is Mr. Murray, Mr. Bird, Mr. Paunoff, Mr. Young, Mr. Wood, and Jeremy. And that KTM's right up there in 6th place. So that's interesting. That KTM's great. Great in corners because it's so light, so maybe it's going to have a chance here today. Jeremy's only, well, he's 2 seconds off the pace, but between 1st and 5th place, we have only a half a second difference, so that's going to be interesting. Brian Murray's got a great time there, 41.9. That beats the GT3 record I was telling you about a second ago. So yeah, he's got a great time as usual. He's got a 4/10 up on everybody else. We'll see if he can maintain that through the race. As you know, he's won every race so far. You know, that's interesting. So yes, we got Maserati, Audi, Maserati, a Lamborghini for our first 4 cars there. Very interesting. So I don't have to... there we go. It's going to be getting ready to go here, guys. They are on the grid. I'll just wait for the timer to come back in a little bit before we go. Let me see if I can see something else here on the history here from Kijiji. It was this track is commercially is not that great. It was sold on July. Oh, that was 2014. Went up to offer auction. It was bought for 205 million rand, which is not that much dollar-wise. And the winning bidder was the owner of Porsche South Africa. Porsche South Africa. I wonder if that's a dealership, or he owns the rights to Porsche in South Africa. We had a racer from South Africa. I'm trying to remember what his name is. Does he still race with us? I'm not sure if he does. I remember he was having difficulty. He was in Johannesburg having difficulty with power, like electrical power. South Africa is or Johannesburg, not Johannesburg. He was in Cape Town. I was in Cape Town a few years back, understanding some of their problems with both power and water, and just random power failures, and it's just affected his racing so bad. Who was that we had? It was a South African racer. Somebody bound to remember. So yeah, guys on the stream, I'll check it once in a while. What can I tell you? See it behind me there? That's my. I'm back in Edmonton in my little exercise room where I have my rig. Maybe I'll get a better background going. If I put up that's my first car in GT2 is sitting there on the spa. I have to get my recent car put up there. That was my first BMW. Above that one was a F1. That was what was that? Vettel, I think. The picture I took myself at the first race in Austin, Texas. First F1 race in Austin, Texas. I think I've told you guys that story before. Hey, Stefan, welcome. Let's get going here. We are on the warm-up lap. Let's do a track walk with. Before I do that, let me just make sure I set up the tower properly. Where am I? There we are. I will put manufacturer up for a while, and I will put session best. Okay, so there we go for now. We'll use that one and put a better camera angle, but I'm going to do a starting grid. There we are. Oops, sorry. Mr. Murray in the pole position again, and the winner of every race so far. I believe he said he changed his livery a little bit. Yeah, he's yellow now. Next is Derek Bird in the Audi, followed by Merche, another Maserati. He's got a new livery, but he couldn't get it to work in today, so we got a yellow livery for him, or a white livery for him. Mr. Steve Young in the Lamborghini. That's the Lamborghini Evo, I believe. In fifth place, Jonathan Wood in Maserati, and big time improvement for Jeremy Wood in sixth place. He's ahead of a couple three Maseratis there in sixth place with that KTM. Jolt Kiss from Portugal in seventh place. Bruce Hopkins in another Maserati. Terry Throwbridge in the last Maserati from Great Britain. And Kevin Torrance in the KTM. That's KTM challenge there between Jeremy and Terrence. Usually is something we always watch. And let's get on to Helicam for the start. Where are we? We're coming around the last couple of corners. And hello, old people. I like that on the stream. We are old people. Again, eSeniors GT3 World Championships is a league of 50 plus people. I don't have to tell you guys on the stream all that, but hey, for people who just catch us on YouTube, once in a while, GT2, you might catch a few people, because I don't know that many league races at GT2. So here we go around the last corner, I think, before the start. Coming up, last corner right here. Ingve. There we go, last corner. We're going to get going. Let's see if Derek can make a inroads. If he gets ahead of Murray, you know how hard he is to pass. Last week, Derek got a bad start. He said he has to start in second gear, and he was in first. We were talking about that later, after. Here we go. Green light, green light. I didn't hear the announcement. There's the green light. All right, Bird. Bird has got a good... He has got a good... That is Derek on there, isn't it? Yes, it is. Derek. He has got a great start. Now they're side by side into this corner. Let's make sure we don't have any incidents. No, we don't. So Brian Murray is in second place, followed by Steve Young, followed by Murche. Now we're going to have a race going here. Let's see if Murray can get by Derek. Great start. So last week, Derek was saying in that Audi, you have to start in second gear. First gear has got a very low gear ratio, so he said last week that's why he had that bad start. All right, we are going to have some action here today with Derek up front. Let's get on board with Murray. Get into the cockpit. Let's just see what he does on that first lap. He's going to have the pace. Remember, he had a 0.4 of a second advantage on qualification, so he's certainly going to have the pace. Now the point is, in race mode, is he going to be able to get by Murray, Mr. Bird? Mr. Bird is a masterful driver. Get back there behind here. It says, oh, pawn off. There was a bit of an action here. Let's go back. Let me get back here into the TV. I'm going to go back 30 seconds in replay here. Something happened between Murche and Steve Young. We're in replay mode here. Looks like Steve got the bad part of that. Here comes Murche. We're still in replay mode. He tried to take advantage here in the S's, I believe. Oh, a little tap. A little tap. It was okay for a while. Why did Steve lost another spot? All right, so that's what happened there. Let's see if Murche gives that position back. He probably should. Get back to Murray here. And the Bird battle. Let's see if Murche gives that position back. But look at this. This is going to be the battle for first place. This could be a long battle here. I love seeing this. Let's go to Helicam for a bit, maybe. I'm not sure I like the camera angles on this KYALAMI track, this setup. So yeah, so we're going to have a great race, I think. Let's see, is Steve caught up with Murche? Oh, I'm going to put race gaps here. Where is race gaps? There it is. Here we are. Steve's going to make up a little bit of time on Murche, but Murray is going to be right on Bird's tail until he passes him. So we're going to stick with these two here. Big time. Jeremy's lost the place to Yolt. And Terry Throwbridge in the Maserati may be able to make some inroads into Jeremy here, though the KTM's a bit slower. So we'll have to watch that battle. So we've got three kind of battles going on right now. And let's catch up with Brian. He's still just biding his time, possibly. I know last week Murray was saying his tires were going off late in the race, whereas Bird said he could hang on a little bit longer. So it's going to be interesting. Interesting race today. Glad I can provide that kind of analysis. Terry Throwbridge is really after Jeremy. And Steve Young not making any inroads with that Lamborghini onto that Maserati. Throwbridge is making a crack here. Let's just get on board with him, or get a good camera angle here. This is going to be the one for a little while that we're going to watch. Terry wants to get by Jeremy big time. Kevin Torrance is having his troubles in that KTM back there in last place, or in 10th place. I don't like saying last. 10th place. He may not have had much practice on this track. You need to practice, KYALAMI. It is a track you just can't hop on and get those corners nailed. Let's jump on Murray. Let's get back with Murray here for a bit. It's going to be a good race, people. Those of you who are watching, I think it's going to be a good race. Jonathan is 1 second back. He may just sit back there and watch this happen ahead of him. Here we you go? He is right up that Audi's trunk. He's making a pitch right here in this sweep. That's a different name than we had on that other thing. Barbecue. Something sweep. That corner has a different name than we had on that track walk, didn't it? This is barbecue coming up. So this is sunset. No, that name wasn't there. Looks like Bird has the advantage on certain corners. Right around here, he opens up a little bit of a gap. Oh, back here, Throwbridge. Something happened to Throwbridge. Zolt passed him. I'm going to go back 30 seconds to see if we can catch that. Yes, Zolt is behind Throwbridge here, so we're going to see a pass at some point. Let's go to Helicam. Oh, Zolt is ahead right there. Did I miss it? No, Zolt is ahead. We already saw that. He's already passed him, so we missed it. But that's a... Oh, hang on. This is a good... that's not... We're not in replay mode anymore. And what's happening up front? Still the same. Hopkins, Throwbridge, and Yolt are together here. And not far ahead of these three is Jeremy. Just keep an eye on the top two guys, but this is a good little battle right here between the three Maseratis. And that's Jeremy just off to the right there. While these three guys are battling each other, Jeremy, that KTM, is just taking advantage. Oh, looks like Murray's came right up upon him again. That's going to happen all day here. Let's just see. They're pretty well evenly matched on the straightaway. I didn't see any increase there. I'm gonna take a quick pick for speed here. And how can I freeze? Try and find the corner number here. I want corner number. Probably corner number 1 is what I want to freeze the time on. So I'm going to find the average speed there at turn 1. Let's see what that statistic go. Did I miss something happening here? Throwbridge, yes, I missed something happened to Throwbridge. I'm going to go back 30 seconds. I wasn't watching the stream. We were going to have a replay. That's what I missed. A little bit of a slide on Throwbridge there. Then he tries, they're side by side. I am on board with Throwbridge, so he is the purple car, I believe, yep. And he lost it again. Oh, he had some trouble there, didn't he? All right, we're going to have to let that run out. And we are back live right now. So Throwbridge, that's what happened to Mr. Throwbridge. Quickly jump back on with Murray. I told you this was going to be a race today. I told you Bird was going to be able to hold him off. We're going to have some interesting discussions if these two guys end up on the podium and we have an interview. And Jonathan Wood is losing a little bit of time to him. And Steve Young is catching up to Murche. So we've got a race going here today. And probably Yolt will be catching up to Jeremy quite soon. He probably sees him there. Let's just go in cockpit for a while. That is Yolt's view that's Yolt's view of Jeremy. And let's see what the next guy gap-wise is. Steve Young and Pawnoff. That is his view of Pawnoff. So he is going to be... Whoa! What a late break there. And he held on to it in that Lamborghini. I don't know if it was Murche that broke a little bit differently. And this is Brian Murray's view. So these are the views everybody has of all these different gaps. But yeah, so Steve Young on Murche. Let's just watch this one for a bit. That is a significant difference in manufacturers there. As you know, Maserati Lamborghini. The Lamborghini, technically in the game, is not a GT2, but it is a GT2 in real life. That is the Lamborghini. What's the manufacturer name or the model name? But it's the Evo Lamborghini that we're using. That he is using. Well, the gaps are a little bit bigger than they were a few seconds ago, but everybody is still in contention. We have 10 minutes of the race gone by, 1/3 of the race only is gone. Let's get on with Murray here. Boy, Jonathan, I hope he has a fan on him in his basement, living room, wherever he is racing, because he has been pressured big time by Brian Murray. He got the lead right off the start and has maintained it. And Mr. Bird is not an easy guy to pass. Looks like Johan is right up on Jeremy now, and right behind him is Bruce Hopkins. So these guys are going to be breathing down Jeremy's neck here in that KTM. But he's holding his own. He started 6th, and he is 6th. Let's just do a quick position delta here. See, everybody's only within one place of where they were. Jonathan Wood has the fastest lap. I just know it's 1:42.42. Nice. Nice. And who's got next one? You know what? Brian Murray is next at 1:42.79. And not far behind is Derek Bird, 1:42.8. Get back on board with Murray. Not very far here. I'll put the manufacturer back up. I'm not sure what. Oh, that's not where I wanted to put it. I wanted to put the manufacturer on this spot. Let's put gaps and the manufacturer. Oh, Brian is. This is it. Here he's making his best efforts. Went off a little bit there. Did he lose a little bit of time? Not really. These two guys are battling it out, and I think that's helping Jonathan stay within striking distance. If anybody makes a small mistake, he's definitely in striking distance, because these guys are battling it out, and may not be getting their best laps in, as the Bird will be doing a little bit of defensive driving, and Brian will be doing some aggressive driving there for sure. Back to this little battle here. I have a feeling because Bruce is up close to Johan, or Jolt, Mr. Kiss, and that is affecting whether him catching Jeremy. Let's just see what their times look like. Jolt has a best time of 1:44.5, whereas Jeremy's best time is 1:44.9. So see, they've got better pace, but we all know Jeremy's a pretty good defensive driver also, isn't he? So he's staying ahead of Jolt. Ooh, back there, there's a little... Terry is catching up to Kevin Torrance in the GT and the KTM. Now, Terry had that problem. He's got quite a bit better pace. He's got a 7/10 better pace than Kevin Torrance, so he should pass him at some point. It seems like everybody's having trouble getting by people. Brian is right. Oh, look at this! He is right up on his bumper. Right up on his bumper. Let's go into that cockpit to have some fun here. Let's just see how hard Brian is working his Maserati. Everybody thought that the Maserati was the car to drive, but Derek's got a great handle on that Audi. I'll take a quick peek if I can see what top speeds here. So for the first turn, Brian has a top speed of 230.9. And that is a 3 km/h. Maximum speed going into the turn, 247. Whereas Derek's maximum speed going in there is 244. So he's got a significant advantage speed-wise. Oh, look at this! You can tell he's got an advantage speed-wise. He's just catching up to everybody there, catching up to Derek there, isn't he? So yes, going into that last corner, we'll watch it. We'll keep with these two guys and watch his top speed. Can I see his speed? Where is his speed? There it is on the bottom of his dashboard there. Does he catch up with Derek Capwell? He's catching up a little bit. 240, 250, 260. I don't know what that speed trap I've got there. It says 247 on the entry, maybe. Well, anyway, let's go back to TV cam there. Brian is definitely, I don't know if the tires are going off for Derek. Oh, look at this. Here we go. They're side by side going into sunset. Not going to hold it. Derek's definitely taking an inside loop. He is definitely doing some defensive driving there. And that was the best chance Brian had there. He got even with his rear quarter panel. Let's see what Hopkins is up to. These guys are there, but we're going to have to stick with this one. It's kind of hard to get away from this race. This is news. This is big, big news for GT2 Championship with Derek Bird in the lead, trying to win that first race of the season for him, and denying Mr. Murray of a sweep so far. Not too much chatter going on in the YouTube. What are you guys thinking of this race? Hopkins can't get by. Let's go over to Hopkins. He lost a little bit there. He was very close to Yolt, but these two guys cannot get by Jeremy. This is a defensive driving course here, guys. Let's just see again how it goes for this long straight to see if that Maserati gets any gap on the Audi. Does not look like it can make any headway speed-wise. Just look at that. That's turn 2. Why is that called turn 2? I am going to change my speed trap to turn 2. Let's see if it makes a difference. Broadcast. Things are opening up a little bit here. 12 minutes left in the race. Hey Greg, nice to see you on the stream. Nice to see people watching this GT2 race. You guys should get involved next year. I practiced with it a little bit. Let's jump quickly to Bruce Hopkins here. He's trying. Oh, he hit the curb there, right there, and lost his little advantage. I have a feeling these two guys are battling it out with each other, and they just can't get by Jeremy because both of them. Oh, look, Jeremy put in a great time. His best lap now is 142.7, whereas Zolt's is 132.4. That is huge. Hopkins, however, has a 143.4. He's got a 1 second better best lap than Yolt. So that's why he's been all over his back end. And he should get by him. Very tough to get some advantage on this KYALAMI track. Oh, and Brian went a little bit wide there. Lost a little time, not too much. Why did he go back? Why did he lose? He didn't lose too much time. But you see that? He was down by 1/10 of a second, so it'll be interesting to see if he can make that up. Should be able to. Qualification-wise, he had a lot better quali time. So let's just see. He's made up 0.2 of a second. Not sure what the best place here to try and pass on is. See, he made up a 0.5 second so far from the straight, the first straight. Just can't get by like that. 0.7. Just get right back up on him speed-wise. Just can't get by that wily, I'll use the word old Derek Bird because we're all old. The wily old Derek Bird. And looks like these guys here are right on top of Jeremy. Yolt has trouble. He tried to pass Jeremy, and he's got Hopkins right on his tail. Let's go back going with Yolt here. Like I said, Hopkins has some good time there. Oh, and Steve Young has now caught up with. We've been gotten away from this one, but Steve Young was right up against Murche there. He probably had to brake a little differently and lost a bit of his advantage. to Bruce, Yolt, and Jeremy. See that? Yolt gets close to Jeremy, and then he has to worry about fending off Bruce. Yeah, Greg. Oh, and Jeremy went off. We were following that. He just went off, and Zolt followed him. I don't believe there was a... Let's just do a little replay there to see how that happened. I don't think Zolt touched him. That was just a slide on Jeremy's part. Oh, I'm going to miss it. Where is Jeremy? There's Jeremy. I just think he slid. And you know what happens? Sometimes you just... No, that was a tap from Zolt. Oh, pretty hard tap too. Ooh, that's not good. That is not good. Let's just get back to real time. Jeremy won't be happy about that. Okay, there's Brian here. Brian is... Sorry, that's Brian there. Oh, Terry, you can't drive anymore. You know what? Speaking of injuries, Brian has a bad wrist, so this is going to be difficult for him to get through this whole race. There is Steve Young on Merche. I'm going to take a quick peek again at the standings. Whoa, he has the advantage on this corner, on that look up, for sure. That's that difficult corner, compound corner. Starts off with a fairly sharp left-hander, then it gets even sharper. Just keep on with these two battles. I've been on that view for quite some time here. Steve's pretty close. Let's just watch what happens in the cockpit here. We have got 7.5 minutes left to go. And this has been, the standing has been, there's been a few incidents. Oh, Steve Young is right here too. Let's just watch Steve. I think he has a different braking point than Merche. You know, Steve gets aggressive later in the, there he goes trying to make a pass. Just can't make it stick. He had to go wide outside. There's Murray right on his tail. Right on Bird's tail. This is where he's going to make his move? He just can't. He can't make that move there. That wily Bird, he just sticks to his line. This is great racing. Great racing. Let's see Steve. He's got some advantage on that Lamborghini on some of these corners, braking wise. Yellow flag on Trowbridge there. He's not in the pits, it's just a yellow flag. Not sure what happened to him. We can't get away from these two battles though. And back to Steve. Well, we got the two KTMs again, but big gaps there. I don't think Jeremy's going to be able to catch up. And it did look like, yes, Yolt did hold back and let Jeremy pass him. That is the right thing to do. Now he's going to take another crack at him, I guess. There he is there. There he is there. So he's going to take another crack at Jeremy. So he did the right thing. Jeremy will be all right with that. He's not... All right, so let's just stay with... Oh, let's get closer to Young. Young's a little bit closer right now. No, he's not. To see if Steve catches up in this corner when he has a big gap. See that? He's got a great entry, but he cannot hold it through that corner with that Lamborghini. See, Merche just takes off after. And here comes the same spot going into the sunset. This is where Brian really catches up. He's going to take a crack here at turn 6, the clubhouse bend. No, he's not going to be able to make anything stick there. 5 minutes left. Go. Tires are starting to going to come into play here. Let's just see how. I wonder if Derek was able to hang on to his tires because he's can take a nice smooth line around the corners, whereas Brian has to aggressively try to outbrake him or something. It's just anything to get ahead of him. It's one of our better races, folks. Brian sometimes takes off and nobody can catch him. Look at best laps here. Derek has a best lap of 142.8, whereas Brian's is 142.69. So not much better, but Brian isn't able to let that unleash his Maserati because he's behind that Audi all race. Here he comes, taking another crack. Let's take a look in the cockpit. He's got a bit of a speed advantage, I know here. Not enough to make that happen. But he's right on Bird's tail. Right on. Ooh, what happened there? Why am I... What? Ooh, what is going on? What is going on? For a second there, looks like the game glitched. That was the game that glitched. Let's get the helicam right now because Murray is trying, as usual, to get by Bird. Yeah, that was a game glitch. Wasn't doing anything, and that game just totally glitched. Jumped into somebody in the pits. That's all right. It did not glitch very long, so we're okay there. Looks like the other gaps are opening up there. Steve lost something there, and I'm not sure why he lost his gap. You know what? I'm going to quickly... No, I'm not going to go. I was going to go back and see if I could see what happened to Steve. Yes, he had a yellow flag. I'm just going to do a quick... hope I don't miss anything here. If I do, I'll go back. There, do a quick replay. We are on board with Young here, and he got a yellow flag for a second. Ooh, that's where we had the weird glitch. I'll let that replay run out. You know, that's what happened was Derek, not Derek, but Steve Young had some sort of glitch, and that's why we lost the feed for a bit. All right, we're back on board with Murray. We're live. That weird glitch was Steve Young's feed, I guess. And we're back on board with this battle. I cannot wait to hear from these two guys how they found this race. Brian is right up on his tail. Let's go to Helicam. Again, he is side by side almost going into sunset, but just that's the only place he tries to take a peek. Derek's gonna have his eyeballs on a swivel there, looking at his rear view mirror the whole race. Oh, there's only 2 minutes left. This could be the second last lap. So Brian's gonna be hot. We're gonna have to stay with this one because let's see, Steve and Ponoff are still there, looking for fifth place. But for sure, Brian and Bird is the place to watch. I'm going to go silent, but I'm going to get one eye on the track and one eye on something putting the podium up here.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you
There we go, final lap. Final lap, I'm back on. Oh, this is a spot where he takes a quick peek. He's gonna go out there and try again. He just doesn't have the speed. See, he just doesn't have that speed, that inside line that the Audi has, just able to maintain it. And a smooth line there from Derek. Smooth line from Derek. Over at the back here for I'm not gonna go away from it. He's gonna try again. Oh no, the tap! Oh, and Bird just took a little slide. It was a slight tap. That was close. That's NASCAR racing right there. That's NASCAR racing right there. Last lap, folks. Last lap. Zolt just passed Jeremy in this last lap. And can't go back to see that, but because we're gonna stick with this one. We are gonna stick with this. Here we go. There's the last couple of corners. Brian's not going to have enough, I don't think. This is going to be a win for the Birdman. Mr. Derek Bird, way to go. A first win for him this season. Let's see if we get the right. There we go. That is the win. And Murray right behind him. And there goes Murray flashing. Jonathan Wood very close in third place. Mircea Polnoff was able to hold off Steve Young. And Steve Young is in fifth. Bruce Hopkins will end up in the sixth place. And there is Terrence, Mr. Kevin Torrance, I should say, in that first KTM. He beat out Jeremy this week for the Torrance Championship. Jolt Kiss passed Jeremy in that last lap. There is Jeremy, and last but not least, Mr. Kevin Torrance. Right? Oh, Kevin is off in the pits. He did not finish the race. So that is our race for today, folks. I don't think Jeremy's going to pass here. We'll just watch the finishing few spots here, and then we'll go into the podium interview. No, Jeremy is not going to make it. And there we go. They're passing the finish line. That is our board, folks. All right, let me get going here on our there is our podium. Let me see if I can grab guys into the Mr. Bird. Hang on here. Let me. Hello, Derek. Hang on for 1 second. I think I off for
30 minutes or so.
Mircea and is Jonathan
Especially
here?
Second half of the race. I thought he'll.
Okay, you guys, you're live. Okay, you guys are on. You're on the stream,
okay.
Guys. This is the podium, the official podium interview. Well, that was quite a race.
Oh, not half.
Oh, I can see. Do you need a shower, Derek?
I had one before, but I need another one now.
That was a great race, Joe. You,
yeah.
I guess you had it in second gear off the line this week.
Yeah, I got it right this week.
Yeah, you certainly did. And
yeah, nailed it this week.
Brian, that was an interesting race.
For 30 minutes, so I lost him.
Yeah, great defending, Derek. Fantastic.
Yeah,
that was a.
I lost it on the start. I was in the red just as I was crossing the line, so I had to let off the accelerator. And start again.
Yeah, that's timing. Timing is everything.
Yeah.
Lost it at the start.
Yeah.
But it was a great fun, good race.
I bet you had a lot of fun. Yeah, I bet you had a lot of fun, Brian, because you're usually up there in.
Yeah, each car's got its strengths and weaknesses. Yep.
Yeah. Where did you feel the Audi had the strength, Brian?
On the exit of the slow hairpins, just pulls away. I could get a better exit on the faster corners, but
Show them what you got.
Yep, it's 50, 6 of one, half a dozen the other.
Yeah, I know. It seemed like you were taking a peek there just before the S's, but you just couldn't get any speed going.
Keep losing your mic.
Oh yeah, okay. There, my button that I'm using push to talk right now.
Disconnect.
No, I'm just using my push to talk, and it seems like it's a bit weird. Yeah, Brian, you had about a 3 km/h advantage going in off the long straight. I did a little speed trap there.
Oh, right, yeah. There was a little bit of slipstream, but not a lot. Yeah, not a lot.
What was with that little NASCAR poke there in the last few corners?
Yeah, that was my bad. I was a bit ambitious there.
I said, "There's a NASCAR move."
Yeah, racing close. There's always going to be a little bit contracts like that.
But a punt to pass.
How are the tires?
Oh, I didn't check them again. Mine wasn't so bad. They weren't like last week. I thought they'd burn out again, but they weren't as bad as last week. So
yeah, I was wondering. You mentioned that last week that you were having trouble. So I said, "Oh, the end of the race could be interesting."
Yeah, they held up a bit better. I forgot to check them again when I finished.
That's what I was waiting for your tires to burn up, but didn't happen.
No, I think that time was dropping a bit, but to be expected. But you know, it went sliding like it was last week.
No.
Keeping the grip.
We didn't get Jonathan on, but Jonathan, a nice race, 3rd place.
Yeah, well done, Jonathan.
Now he was saying, he said he was telling somebody he grabbed a setup from somebody. Was that on a GT2 car or was that a GT3 car he grabbed the setup from? He said he won the race.
I don't know. Somebody gave it to him yesterday. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I wonder if it was a GT2 car or not.
No, yeah, it was GT2 car was given. I can't remember who gave it to him though.
It doesn't matter. So that's why he had a good race today. He had a very good race.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah, it might have been John Saunders, I think.
Okay. Jeremy had a great time. He ended up 6th in qualification, and he was up there okay until somebody hit him in the tail and ended up lost it again.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it was a great race today. Let's do that again. Derek. Let's have races like that again next week with you in the lead and Brian following instead of letting Brian go all the way.
Yeah.
I'll do another bad start. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right, thanks, guys. It was a great race. Fun to watch.
Yep.
That's
See you,
what
Brian.
that's
Great race.
what it was. Thanks, Derek. That's what it was.
Yep.
I was hoping for 4 in a row, but didn't quite get it. Okay. See you.
Yep. Cheers. Great race. Cheers.
Bye
mate.
now.
Bye.
See everybody
You
next
too.
week.
Good. Well done, Derek.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah. Bye. I'm gonna go watch it now. See how good it is.
Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.